we're back here for map number 3. We're going to finish things off on Mirage right after a really good showing from 9Z. Case put up a bit of a fight there towards the tail end, but at the end of the day, 9Z definitely showed their comfort on the map of Nuke here, so we'll see if they can bring that same energy here into Mirage.
I thought they were setting up for a B-rush there, too. I thought we were going to see an explosive start, but no. They reroute through underpass, and maybe for worse, because RCF's already been spotted and the damage is taken. Alongside that, you've got a crossfire to break through, my friends, and it doesn't look like you're going to get very far. Then QZ already fielding the first pick. Plans reroute to the original one. They decide to go popping out a B, and we're about to see how that pans out, because you've got a lot of angles to clear, and not a lot of players to do it. Max at the back of the site's locked in, too, but as things settle down, it seems to be we're even on footing for the 2v2 post plant.
Yeah, things could be complicated, though, by NQZ, who's split on in to the catwalk side of things, taking that long-range fight. Leo DRK can't land the headshots, and now all the pressure put on Steel and the 1-on-2. They're going to join forces as well. I love this reposition coming through from the duo, but both players spotted, I believe, from Steel's end. But maybe he's not too worried. No, I think he thinks he only saw one, but there you go. Now information gathered. He can make his way through market if he's careful about things. Still pops some shots, still looking for fights.
Still seems to be toying with the idea of staying around for seconds, and I don't think that was the proper one, because NQZ has had enough of it, shuts it down with a quick 3K, and the offer gets things off to a hot start.
I like the way they even set up that round as well, right? They have a player inside a window covering underpass to make sure that they can deal with any reroutes. They get that fast boost towards the balcony, and then they have a player top of mid covering a lot of different positions right there. The only concern was the A side, and Case never even tested that, so really well done. Case in the opening proceedings here. Full Glock eco. I don't think we'll see lightning strike twice here for Case.
You say that now.
They have head armor this time. They learned their lesson.
Phew. Live and learn.
And they dropped Honda. That's a huge sigh of relief.
This is probably the most one-sided eco round we've seen all day.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Oh my god. It's insane how many ecos we've gotten. On both ends, I feel like 9Z have been more consistent with it, but Case have won the crazier ecos, right? The ones that they really shouldn't. I mean, I don't think I've seen a full Glock eco all year. Maybe one. And I remember it vividly. It was on Ancient.
Okay.
Won them the game. I believe it was Skade that did it.
I remember the closest thing I'd ever seen to a full Glock eco was alternate attacks versus I can't remember who. They had 5 Glocks and a Zeus on Vertigo.
You were there. It wasn't 5 Glocks, so I will say. It was a couple P250s as well that did all the damage. So I can't even say the same thing. Yeah, on Ancient, it was insane. We got a bonus round, though, here from 9Z. I do like this coming through from them. They're already off to a hot start. They do have to deal with the AKs here, but they're doing a great job of conserving some of that utility. They've just thrown that bottom of connector smoke late into the round, usually as a reaction to some of that T-side aggression. That smoke will be thrown out, so very well placed from them to try and buy further time, and they are so well prepped on this A site. So much reinforcements lying in here.
I love how they're being somewhat timid with their utility usage, right? They're not just dumping it all to stop a quick aggression. No, they're using it smart. And I like it. Done actually miles in the favor of actually granting them this round, because Case are still stuck at what to do. They don't really know. Players separated at every angle, and Leo's going to be first blood. Yaps, I wouldn't dare go through that smoke, but you don't even have to. Everybody gets laid out. 1 kill brought back, but it's dominance for 9Z on the A site.
And, oh man, 9Z just laying down the law there on that bonus. What a round for them to win. They get off those MP9s, those FAMASas. They grab themselves AKs as their reward. NQZ likely to get into an AWP here as well. And 9Z going to be off to a very hot start here on the defensive side of Mirage. Op in hand as well. Yeah, NQZ immediately purchasing into that. It's an exciting prospect, that's for sure.
Hey man, if there's anything that's going to get Case started, it's going to get RCF on this op, so I don't know. I think, especially the fact that NQZ's already got his, somebody's going to need to pull you out of this hole. This couldn't be an awful fair, but you know what? Speaking of pulling you out of a hole. It's Honda and his Deagle. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's always good for one, isn't he, when he has a Deagle in his hand. You love players like that as well, but Bomb being laid out in the bottom of the ground there. Leo does find a really crucial trade. That's going to allow him to punch in the numbers there. Bomb now down, and a 1-on-3, it seems a little bit unworkable, but at least you can do some damage here. We'll see what he can gather in this post plant. A couple players lining in through market, joining forces here with the catwalk player as well.
They were lucky to get a bomb plant, let's be honest. Couple of kills, bomb plant, mission accomplished. You move into the rifle round with just about everything you can ask for. The whole 9 yards. And if you can't get it done here, might show a sign of the times for 9Z's favor in this series. Like, we come out the gate seeing Case at their absolute best. A 9-6 finish. I mean, it was, what, 9-5 at one point, and it got pretty far. Then, ever since, it's been a lot more one-sided. Like, if you think of past when Case dropped that, dropped their first round in the second half of Inferno, it's really all been 9Z, where it was 11-6, game ends 16-14, very obviously 9Z woke up. You go into Nuke, they never really slowed down. Yeah, sure, there were a couple of cracks, but here, it just looks lights out. Looks night and day.
Yeah, right now they're really stepping it up. They're leveling up from that Nuke performance, definitely from that Inferno showing. And this time they're trying to press the issue early on, battling it out towards the top of mid. Great flashbang setups here, but no kills, RCF. Instead, not only does he land the tag, but also lands the frag right there onto David, dropping early. Do a 4-on-5 here as well. It's definitely a good case for Case to try and get their first T round.
That definitely should have been a kill, too. Like, he had multiple different chances to try to finish that frag, but I don't know if, like, he just whiffed, wasn't comfortable with the spray. I'm not sure, but that I feel like that should have been a kill 10 times out of 10.
They could have just maintained that right there, which is not fun, but INZ have definitely granted themselves a little bit of room to work with here. A little bit of late mid smokes being thrown out, and they do have a bit of an issue. Only one B player here at the moment holding a pixel angle is less than ideal. In the meantime, though, a lot of space being created towards the catwalk. If this is where they want to hit, it might have just been able to find a gap here. They're going to throw a smoke inside window, one towards the top of connector, and that's going to allow for safe passage towards that cat split.
Oh, that is so unfortunate, man. Max sat there holding it for a good, like, half a minute to a minute, and he just, as soon as he looks away, they transition out. But what's going on here? I'm not sure if he's been distracted or not, but he's certainly been pulled away at the absolute worst time. So as soon as they try crossing into this site, he might get a shot, he might even get a kill, but this round's already done.
Yeah. I love this reposition. Honestly, Max, very wise to get out of there. There's no way that with an AWP and 18 HP, he's really going to be able to find, you know, multi-kill necessary to give them a chance in this round. So the fact that he wisely repositions to get himself out of dodge is definitely worth his weight in gold. Bringing this up into the next as well. Theo, though, the one that I'm keeping my eye out for, he's in the bottom of stairs here looking to make a move. Not too interested in on the hunt, though.
He's just chilling, bro. No need to throw away these weapons. I mean, it's not like you're going to be heartbroken if you lose an AK or two here or there, but certainly no reason to give it away considering how many weapons they're already saving. They're definitely going to be rebuying all the cash they've got. It's just pointless.
Yeah, don't mind that at all. Go ahead and walk away. Everyone standing there. Very solid way to kick off this this T side of your first round right there. But, I mean, 9Z, again, like I said, holding on to their weapons is important as well. And the fact that they're able to walk away with so many guns, it forces a just slight reinvestment. David, the only one to purchase into this round, and still your money's standing at a really healthy standing. And on top of that, you have a chance to maybe pull off some more aggressive maneuvers. A lot of damage done to RCF in the early stages here.
It's a good start, right?
This nade stack.
Heavy hitter dealt with pretty early. Oh, Honda! You definitely want to get out of there, my friend, but I don't think there's any exit path given to you just yet.
Yeah. I mean, that's both heavy hitters taken down low, but Leo DRK gonna find an opening at the very least, lurking out towards that A side. Nice pick, and they're going to start to scale off the back of that very quickly here. Leo DRK getting sent in off the flashbangs. This is a great setup here, but can they capitalize? Can they execute?
Well, they've already taken full site control, so his space has definitely given them all this. But how much more can it grant them? So far, he just tucks himself into the corner in jungle, ensuring that if roxstar wants to take an unfathomably unwise peek, he's not going to be getting away with it. Now, as the remaining CTs are pincered into CT spawn, I think Case have got this round written up on the scoreboard for him.
It's a great setup right there. Phenomenal work done from Case to actually bounce back there. Smoke's going out towards CT spawn. Numbers being punched in here as well. RCF going to start, you know, on the digits, and easy call here. I mean, easier than the last round to call a save. They just got to get out, but they're still sticking around here for longer than expected.
I think at this point, it's just more so in the fact that you're probably not going to be able to get away very easily, so you might as well see what you could get, because, like, it's not like saving is a free exit path. Like, you are going to be taking fights.
Yeah, you're right. Saving, it's not as easy as it looks. Leo's going to drop one, and maxqz in CT spawn. Less than ideal here. Spotted out. Doesn't take as much damage, so I think he... oh, no. Field peeks in behind him, and it's going to shut things down. But there you go. Money getting kind of ripped apart. One thing I said is you can go for some of these risky calls if you so choose, given the fact that they save so many rifles. They're starting to chew into that economy with rounds stored together, and I like that they're getting this double up early. They need to keep this momentum up, and this could be a great adjustment. This could be a great way to shut Case down.
It definitely could. I mean, we haven't seen a double op all day, I don't think, right? It's usually, I'm pretty sure it's just because funds don't allow it, considering how back and forth some of these rounds have been. But if there's any way to just shut down any hope of bringing this series back, it is definitely with a double op setup.
No doubt. My mind, they got to make it work, though. It's a risky investment in it. If it doesn't pay out, your money can quickly be in the can here. Heavy defaulting from Case towards that B side. We'll see if they go back to what they like, what they feel comfortable in. These pretty early executes, once they gather some slight map control, they really like to just pull the pin on this thing. And, well, they do have a lot of map control. The split coming through from Leo DRK could be absolutely massive, and the utility lining in is good as well.
Here comes that second op that we were fearful for, because with it, you've got roxstar behind him, and it doesn't seem like you're going to get very much further. Stuck in jail, though. I don't know why he stopped shooting. Maybe he didn't have line of sight, but now they are able to inch all this much closer with the Molotovs burning at the toes. It seems like DGT is on an island of his own. Max forced to jump to the window smoke to assist his teammate next to fall, and the bomb site pretty much under their control. Somehow, DGT has stayed alive the whole time, but it still feels so one-sided, or maybe not. So many heroic plays going on around the site, and 9Z win the round because of it. Like, 3 different people jump out of a window smoke there, and it works.
Oh my god. Yeah, that works wonderfully for you if you're 9Z. Also, DGT, already you can see the value of that secondary op showing up a multi-kill in a round that he had no business, dude. That guy was on an absolute island. His teammates smoked and mollied off, and you can see that they all tried to assist him by jumping through it, but man, oh man, did he hold his line so steady. He wasn't panicked at all. The fact that he finds 2 there is probably the reason why 9Z closed that round out at the end of the day.
Well, the good news for Case is the fact that they get a buyback out. It's not the end of the world. It's not completely shut down just yet, but at any point, if you're not able to get a bomb planting, you're probably going to be forced to take a save. But Leo, he's been catching a couple of lucky kills here, but he's definitely woken up this game, right? Now topping the scoreboard, finally having put his name in the server. It's just unfortunate Case aren't showing up behind it.
There you go, RCF starting to step up right there. Helping out with some of the entry work being done right there. It's 2 of the ops that are left standing here alongside David to shut things down. It's just going to be the decision as to where Case will land in this round, though. Bomb's starting to lean towards that B side here. The rest of 9Z going to be leaning towards that A camp. But as they find that catwalk pick, look at this. In unison, they're all going to rotate in towards this B side, and they're going to beat them to the punch here as well.
Yeah, we're going to have another brawl here. This time, there probably won't be any heroic plays jumping out through window smokes. It's just going to be devastation. As the op desperately tries to get away, his teammates fall to his left and right sides. And he'll cower in CT spawn, but with that case, take a third.
Yeah, I was mistaken. Leo DRK a step ahead of the rest of his team there. Finding that kill onto NQZ was pretty impactful. It would have allowed him to maybe shut down some post-plant positioning if they were even able to punch in those numbers, and NQZ definitely could have bought time right there for his teammates, but instead, with that kill from Leo DRK doubling up right there, it's going to be huge, and the chase is on. They have a lot of money in reserve, so this is well worth it. DGT missing his first chance here, and yeah, they're just chasing him down. No chance to chamber in the shots that he needs, and Case going to grab a third with everyone dropping and money collapse for 9Z.
He just jumps in a ramp. He does not care, man. That was hilarious.
I love that.
I love how he popped off a couple of Glock shots, too, before it was all done. He's like, okay, let's have some fun with this. He said, Leroy.
I mean, that's exactly what you got to do, though, man. You know your teammates are coming in to trade you. Someone's got to bite the bullet right there.
Hey, at least they were able to find that trade. Imagine if everybody just falls left, right, and center because of that. Because of a little bit of his spacing. That would be heartbreaking, bro.
Oh, yeah. This is double safe territory here, though, for 9Z. So they got to pull out every trick in the hat right there. A cap boost is good for the opening proceeding here from DGT, but they're following hot on their tail. Hot on their tail is Yeps, but they'll get taken down as well. DGT with the Soul Rifles doing a lot of work here, and dipping through the smoke is Rox, making this round a whole lot harder. Another eco here. Rox turning in for nearly a third, but he gets shut down eventually. A 1-on-3, though, for Leo DRK. Needs to keep this hot streak alive. Does he have it in him?
Hot streak is definitely something to be worried about because he has showed up so far in this map. How many more can he find, though? You've still got a man stuck in the window. This crossfire yet to really be broken apart, but Leo is trying to get a bit jiggy with his movement. Either direction he goes, he's going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place. He's fighting his way out regardless of how you want to look at it. But he's given himself a fair chance, right? Potential of timing to go in his favor. 47 seconds, and it doesn't seem like David's all that weary of him potentially creeping around back in middle yet. But as soon as he swings out in window, another chance would be granted to Leo. Just jiggling up little by little. Order spotted, and there's another kill from Leo, who's going to go transitioning into A. Only standing against him is NQZ in this scout. With the bomb on his back, he's going to be able to play the post plant. Now NQZ, as he switches away from the sniper rifle, wants the rifle instead. Leo gets to tuck himself in. Chooses firebox as the avenue. And he's got the right idea so far. NQZ is going to be coming up through connector, but it won't be an issue of hearing him or not. It's going to be an issue of spotting him first as he creeps up through the ticket boxes. It's going to all come down to who's got the better angle. Leo still creeping around this firebox, spots the gun barrel, but it seems like NQZ has caught the advantage of it too. He's caught wind, and he jumps on top of the triple boxes to find the frag. So damn close, but Leo can barely not pull it off. 9Z are so thankful they didn't give up that clutch.
Nice attempt right there from Leo DRK, but that was a force spy right there. Another one of these rounds that, if you're KC Sports, you really need to be capitalizing upon if you want to give yourself an easy access to closing out this map, and easy access to giving yourself some strong T-sides, but instead, dropping at the wayside's a bit scary. It puts them in a rough spot. They're going to get investments up here, sure, but now it's going to be a quick resurgence from 9Z, and AWP and NQZ as well is all pretty good here in this round. But I will say, Kesa put over some very successful gun rounds here pretty consistently, so all they need to do is keep that trend true.
Yeah, you imagine one other kill goes their way without a hitch, and all of a sudden that round looks a lot different. But now 9Z doubling their score really start to put the pressure on Case to find some successful rounds, to string something together on a map that is another like Inferno, where I'd argue it's pretty even between the two sides, maybe a bit CT favored. It's starting to look a bit grim. The only thing you've got going for you in the round like this, though, is the eco advantage. They've got next to no utility, an SMG on David, and next to no kits. So there's a big hole to try to be exploited here, but can they find it?
See if they can find it. Pressure looking to be applied here with maybe a split. A lot of defaulting taking place here towards B, but now mid control being attempted here. And they're going to start to make their move on towards underpass. NQZ early on's going to get headshot doled out right there, and the mid setup comes collapsing. Leo DRK to start proceedings off and steal. To follow it up right there, some nice shooting. And now an MP9 only left here. He will be spotted out. It's going to be just DGT and Rox to pick up the pieces, and I don't know if they even want to.
I don't think it's worth. Yeah, I mean, with how many players you lost in that last round, money is certainly not blooming right now for the fans of 9Z. Lucky enough to drop that upper, though, so that's a big upgrade going into this next round. And honestly, it might actually motivate Case to go for some hunts.
Yeah, I mean, specifically, Yeps could start to pull a flank off here. He's got 6K in reserve, so it's definitely worth it to maybe try and find a kill or two here, given that he has a wide flank.
Missed. See that flash? That definitely missed.
I did not.
It popped way, way above the hole of connector, but like not so high that it went over, just like in front of the wall.
Ooh. Rock's a slim angle right there, but he will land it.
Spoiler
Drop
alert,
at least one.
He did not hunt the off down.
Not quite. He was clearing so many different angles, man. But you kind of have to do when people are saving, but all in all, holding onto an op, a rifle, they're going to force off the back of that. 9Z are very good in rounds like these, but I think for the most part, they just need to start converting on gun rounds more than anything right now. That's the real cause for concern, and if they can't do that, then they could be staring down the barrel of a rough scoreline here.
Yeah, they're on the brink of a lot of problematic things, so they really need to start waking back up now. 9Z in this initial stint of their success has completely faded away. Maybe a little bit of it brought back. Sure, I mean, the trade comes through, but that is only a deagle. You've still got 3 of these rifles in play. And a little bit more information to try to work with. He spotted out, I think, 2 more in middle, and RCF's about to be caught with his back turn. That's a huge pick to find. If he wanted to, could drop that gun down into window, get it to Rockstar, and recover a double op.
That's a kill right there, found out. But look at this, Yeps. Massive space. Oh, can't convert. Does land the headshot through the box. That's huge. That can get the back into this round. That'll gather them that A site. Bomb now being planted as well. Numbers being punched in from Steel and Max. Patiently waiting in CT spawn. Ready for this peek coming through from Yeps. He gets taken down as the flash goes deep. In the meantime, AK is retrieved and everyone collapsing in. Mid player dropping as well. And a 1v3 required of Steel. Slimmest of angles here, but he's been spotted out towards Firebox. This jump spot surely to catch him. And they're going to hone in on his position. Peeking out wide here, on top of the ticket booth now. Have a glimpse, but a kill coming through. The molly chases him down, and the round converted. 9Z. They never let off the gas when it comes to these force buys.
It's just why they've looked so strong this series, honestly. Because there's so many... You go and watch any Counter-Strike game, and you can almost pinpoint, like, yeah, this is a free round. They've already done the hard work. There should be another one coming with you. But 9Z have done such a good job at neglecting how much they lose on these force buy rounds, on those rounds where you should be guaranteed something. And even if they don't win it, they're always making it close. They're always making it look like, yeah, there's a chance here. And I think that's why 9Z are just a step up from Case in this series.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just Case really not playing as a team, which definitely feels like it's the case, right? I feel like, you know, we're catching RCF, trying to work his way up catwalk on an island with an AWP. I don't think that can happen. You got some players trying to go for individual heroics all throughout the map, and it's catching them off guard whenever they get, you know, dealt with and dropped. So, sure, it's somewhat on Case, but 9Z are also playing it very well. They're throwing gimmicks into the table. They're getting boosts. They're playing very mobile on the CT side, and I do need to see that out of them on the gun rounds, because I don't know if we've really gotten that, but whenever they have themselves a force buy, a kind of half buy situation, they're always throwing these tricks in. We just need to see that come out in the gun round, because now Case, when they play stock standard, I think that's when they have an advantage.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It does kind of feel like in a lot of these ego rounds, 9Z play with this, we've got nothing to lose mentality. And I'm surprised they haven't really identified that that's worked so far because of that. Like, Case are constantly getting caught off guard with their pants down, giving up openers, lackluster trades. And 9Z on these rifle rounds, you're right. I feel like they're just playing too scared.
Yeah, we'll see if that change comes through. This time, though, AI Execute lining in at least a palace pop of 3 players. Barrel spotted here. Easy for David to clean up, too. Hitting a multi-kill. They're trying to trade him out, but Max has his back here. That's one of the prongs taken care of here. INQZ going to take care of the other one, and on to left, last man standing. finally, it seems like one of these gun rounds is going to go their way, and with 9Z closing out too, I think Case are going to be a little bit limited on investments.
About par for the course, considering that take was, I'd say, messy too. I mean, there wasn't really any over palace flashes. It kind of felt like they were more hoping that things would go their way than forcing them to. I think definitely we could have seen better utility usage from Case on it, but this round's already a lost cause. It's just how many kills can Honda get before all is said and done. The answer is 0. And 9Z, when will the bleeding stop? When will they let off the gas? And when will Case finally be able to get something going? Because there's only 3 rounds left in this half, and we've got no reason to believe that they're going to end it without letting 9Z get at least 10.
Yeah, that was a weird round as well right there from Case. I feel like they had utility to throw out some A executes right there, and like you said, there was no flash pigs for those Palace players to jump on out there. It was just a straight contact play, and I mean, to credit Max, he was in the perfect position to deal with that, but nonetheless, an important round to give over, and Case didn't bring the energy that was needed. So now you're talking about 9Z really making a run of things here. Again, winner of this map going to be qualifying for Rio, or at least not for the qualifier for Rio, the RMR, more accurately.
Oh, Steel does not want to let go of Under. He has been here the whole round. He's waited out 2 mollies in a smoke just for him to walk into the AK of Max. That's unfortunate, really.
Ooh, we got dinged down so much there, but again, the head armor is so valuable against the Glocks. They've definitely learned their lesson. 9 rounds now here, nearing double digits for the boys over at 9Z. Has to be a good feeling. Getting closer and closer. Qualifying here.
It just feels like we're mere moments away from 9Z being confirmed, to be completely honest with you. Like, I don't know. Case are just starting to sleep at the wheel. Leo's slowed down. Nobody else has woken up. And sure, it's kind of harder to find success on an op for this T side. But RCF has just been, what, non-existent? I feel like that's a safe word to say, honestly. He just hasn't been in this map as much as I'd like to see. Same goes for Honda, right? He has not done anything so far, and it's already off to a bad start in this, what could be this last rifle round of the first.
That's such an insane pick right there. Leo DRK dropping early to the spam. You cannot believe it, but we'll happily welcome an opening pick. But I agree, right? In this late half, they've kind of fallen asleep at the wheel here. That's the most important chance, the most important time to step it up is in the here and now, where your backs are kind of put to the wall.
This is shaping up to be the most dominant half we've seen all day, honestly. From 9-6 to 10-5 to what could very easily be 11-4 if they don't start to take hold of this round. Not even the next, but this round right now, because they're going to have next to nothing to work with in the next. Flash comes out perfect timing, though, and RCF is going to get caught in the worst of it. Still, DGT up on the porch is yet to be taken down, and this one's already done, man. Going to be 10-4. How far will this go? Well, they're only really going to have one to try to pull back.
Oh. Last chance right there to really recover anything of this round was that kill going forward onto QZ, and with that not heading his way, they're going to start to bolster up this defense on the A-bomb site. No chance for Yaps. And like you said, we could be in for a most one-sided half that we've gotten all day here. 11-4 would solidify that, and with the scraps that KC Sports can buy at the moment, it feels possible. I say possible. I'm not going to jump the gun or anything, but definitely feeling the heat here as Case. And again, 9C, very hungry to qualify, very hungry to repeat their success at the last armor that they were able to make the major with.
Case need this round, bro. They do. 11-4 is just not too. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Bro. It's a sign of the times. Honestly, it might be close to packing it up time.
You never like to see that, right? But yeah, it can feel like that. Team kill in the round. Frustration. You can only imagine setting in here for the Case camp, but David going to extend that frustration now with a second advantage. Utility desperation to line in towards this A side here, and we'll see if they can pick up the pieces. Honda Stiegel, always good for one. That's guarantee. But one isn't enough here, it seems.
Well, should be able to find a couple of picks back, and with the bomb planted, oh, maybe there's a chance, right? Steal gets a gun or finds a pick, 2-on-2. There's a world of possibilities is what I'm trying to say. And there it is. Now with the distraction set. Oh, never mind. I tried to prop it up. I tried to say there was a chance.
Yeah, I started to believe there just a little bit there. That Tech 9 shot initially rattling off, but that smoke fades away eventually, doesn't it? And so does Case's chances in that round. 9Z. Incredibly close here to shutting things down. I do believe on the other end of things, on the other side of the bracket here, we do have a third map required for Oplano and Flux, so they're just now entering that. Just to keep you all updated during this halftime break, but in this match, second pistol, I feel like this is required here for Case. They need this one to go their way.
Yeah, of all times that you need a round, this is the penultimate one, where every single time we said, oh, Case need this, there's been a world where if they lose it, they could still pull it back. I don't think there's any recovery here if you're not able to capitalize, right? Like, yeah, sure, you'll go in and throw your hat in the ring for a force buy. But again, there's just nowhere near enough momentum to even mount a tiny sliver of eco success. So the pistol is just all the much more important as they flash out onto the A site. Steel's got the right idea, and he's got the manpower to try to help him shut it down. But the smoke's blooming in a little bit later than expected. Honda's got an ask to give to himself. Still, sitting in front of this stairs smoke, there's a chance for him to find a couple of picks, but as soon as he shows face, DGT's going to be right behind him, telling his team, slow down, boys. I've got a free kill lined up for us. I've got a big opener, and it's got Honda written all over it. Feet of RCF spotted over at triple, and this one's already gone downhill. 2-on-5, and it already seems this round's over. Leo from the flank catches one. He's got a couple more players that aren't looking his way, so hold on a second. A reload required, but 2-on-3 is not impossible.
Got the bomb planted here for Connector, though, and so DGT is going to be a thorn on their side. Look how passive he's playing. He knows he needs to be the round winner here, so he's going to make sure he stays alive. David also showing some presence here. They know that they're not on the bomb anymore, so no one has to show their face. Kit been picked up, but Rox is playing puppet guard on top of it. 1-on-3 for Yeps, and Case definitely falling at the wayside here. And the pistol, 9Z, closing that one out. That's 12 now. They're getting so very close to qualifying here. And that pistol definitely going to get them a step closer.
Only 4 rounds away. Mere inches from what was once miles. They were down on a map. They lost the opener on Inferno. It was a close affair. They come into Nuke. They stomp them out for almost the majority of it. And that did not slow down coming into Mirage, man. Case have shown absolutely no signs of life here.
Yeah, that's just it right there. Need some resuscitation with a force buy would be fitting, but again, you can only get away with it so many times, it seems. Heavy presence being thrown over towards the B side early on, and I love this. Case is tacking it up appropriately. A lot of presence here, 4 players gambling it over, and maybe this is the way they get back into things here. Maybe an eco round is just what they need.
It would certainly light some fire that Case could try to use, but even though they're stacked up, even though they're ready to go with Crossfire set up, I still think they've given up too much space, right? Usually on these rounds, you don't see much coming through from Catwalk, but now with the added fact that you're going to have to deal with Max as soon as they come bursting in, I don't think there's that much of a chance. Leo with the MP9, though, he's at least good for 1 on top of the ninja boxes, and it slowed them down a little bit more. So hold on, maybe I talked a little bit too big of a game, because right now, they're making this look doable. Still, a little more to find, and that little more has proved to be a lot of an issue. With a man split up across on the A side, and then Yep's all by his lonesome in jail. The only way they win this round is if he doesn't get cleared.
Surely they're going to clear him if they make the way in. Drop's been heard. DGT, no, I was mistaken. Not cleared in. That's information, though, gathered here. And QZ needs to find this trade quick while the duels are isolated. But he doesn't know that here. Has to make his drop in. He sees a shadow sticking his neck out a little bit too wide as Yep. Spotting out that last player in market door. As well as valuable information. Jump spot and the naked retrieved as well. He's going to spam it down. Fake onto the bomb here. Doesn't bait Honda out. But with the deagle, he's always good for 1. And he will finish the job right there. Gets Case back in this one.
It's about time Honda made a name for himself in this map. Because even though it is only his 3rd kill on it, that's a big one to find. Probably the biggest all day. They may have single-handedly revitalized this K squad and given them a chance to start fighting back. They're still punching up, but they've got the guns. They're not going against very much. And before you know it, this could start to look a lot closer.
Yeah, get on that CT side as well. You can get that defense warmed up off the back of that victory, so we'll see if that's the case, man. I'm pretty sure that all 3 of his kills are with the Eagle, so on Honda's camp, because he's been landing a couple of those shots. I remember every shot. I can't believe he doesn't have enough, or that many kills right now, but...
Well, again, if there's any time for him to show up, it was there, right?
Yeah.
That was the force. That was the let's hopefully not fall to 14-4. And he delivered. Now, they're not just going to back down. I like it. Case, it feels like they're playing with that nothing to lose mentality that we highlighted earlier from 9Z. And it could work out for the better of them, right? They've already gotten aggressive. They found opening picks. They've got the bomb. And 9Z have to come walking into them.
With open arms here. Nice clothesline from RCF. Dolled out. DGT has an AK here, Max. Making your long reposition in. Probably has to wait for his teammate, though, to take initial point of contact here. RCF looking to fight things forward. We'll nail the shot right there. As clean as you liking. DGT, I feel like maybe you can make a case to save, but either way. Case.
Yeah. Get
back into this one. Planting their feet a little bit.
Probably the better of the 2 alternatives, right? Because his team's probably going to be forced to buy with him next round. They're on double save. Actually, no, they're not. Now that I think about it, this is not a good play. This is definitely a bad thing to do, right? Because this is going to be their 2nd loss in a row. They're getting $1,900. Another loss with that, and you're buying. But now DGT might force them to buy in the next round. Unless he just saves it again, which I don't think... I don't like when players do this whole, oh, you know, if need be, I'll just save it again. Because I don't think that's always an option.
Well, yeah, I can see where you're coming from here. I think he'll still be able to get, you know, at least a Galil. And if he finds a couple of kills, then maybe he can take some money to his name here. But like you said, I mean, that loss bonus should only be standing at around 2,400 right now. So there is cause for concern as to what the next buy is. At least one of these players in DGT is going to be limited on investment. And with how good he's playing right now for them, you'd probably like him to be on full firepower here. We'll see if he can do the damage to make it worthy of a save in this round.
Well, I guess they do have rounds to play with, so long as they keep the money from Case somewhat limited, I think in the long run it will be worth it. You are right there. But they're going to play it slow this time, see what Case throw at them, which is so far absolutely nothing. I mean, they put a flashbang up top middle, but other than that, it is dead silent across the map.
Silent indeed. I'm all to buy time here towards underpass at the moment. GGT, the only one with T. I guess you do have David, but his deagle's just been dropped. DGT needs to find this trade here. Might be able to soon. Popped some shots off here. Hasn't connected on a Leo. And it's actually the Glock that's doing damage here. Does he have a jump Glock in store? He could jump on his teammate's head. Flash is good. And there you go. Eventually, Leo GRK gonna fight out. And there you go. Steal another kill. He over-aggresses towards Catwalk, so DGT's punching back with the Soul AK. Making things complicated for Case.
DGT's double has certainly just given 9Z a reason to contend for this round. There are guns to be picked up, but again, it doesn't seem like they want to toy the temptation of it. Just slowly creeping and crawling into B, using themselves as human shields for what I can only assume is going to be an attempt at DGT continuing to trade. And there's still a deagle around here, too, so it's not like there's literally nothing to go besides that. With extra seconds ticking away from the clock, they're about to come bursting out. There's a man in Cat and a man in Market, but that's the only player you couldn't lose. Now the round falls the way of Case. As a trade comes back, sure, Max is wanting to make a name of this round, but I still don't think that's a possibility with the Molly now on the floor. MP9 spamming him down, and with no armor providing aim punch. 9Z should not be converting that.
Yeah, all is well that ends well there at the end of the day for 9Z, but 3 kills is definitely solid. But here's that point that you mentioned. It's going to be a Galil for DGT in this round, so it's slightly less than ideal for the investment, but everyone else is rocking with AKs. On 9Z, Case starting to get back into this one. Now 7 rounds. Trying to get back into this game here, and they are doing so pretty quickly. 9Z, they have a couple of rounds that they can just try and throw at case, and if they go for a straight A execute, I wouldn't mind this at all. It's a gamble that you can kind of afford at the moment.
But eventually those gambles are going to come back to bite you. That's like the #1 way that teams lose situations like this, where they just, you know, throw caution to the wind because their lead is so big, but that's only going to apply if they aren't able to capitalize upon it. They'll be treated like gods if it works. And it already has. A 4-on-5 granted their way with smokes and flashes to boot. They forced the Opera off a CT spawn, and with it, they bursted out of a ramp. But RCF still wants to answer back. He's coming back up with the AWP, and this time he's going to drop the bomb. So now you've got to walk into the crosshairs of the one-shot wonder weapon just to try to get the bomb on your back.
So a big pause in the action at the moment. And Case playing this very well. Trying to take space as Rox. They did not expect players to be peeking out towards mid at this time. Leo DRK completely blindsided. And like you said, they were able to bypass RCF's op. Numbers getting punched in. Coverage. RCF is able to stick his neck out of CT spawn. Finds one, but doesn't turn his attention towards David. Didn't expect a peek to come through. And Steel now has to deal with this is mid players. This presence that Max is going to catch him blindsided. 9Z. Locking in 13. It feels like unless Yeps can step up in a big way here. Full set of utility in his back pockets. But he needs to land some shots. He needs to find some timings here.
Oh my god, he's just crept behind enemy lines. 2 players not looking, giving it all of a sudden is up to Max. Stuck in connector, the head spotted. He's got a kit and a lot of utility to use. Goes ahead and sticks the play. Can Max find the spray? He's going all the way around. But Yeps, no, just barely doesn't have the defuse. Inches away from the miracle Case needed, and 9Z keep paving forward.
And I said he needed to find some timing. I did not think he was going to find timing like that. That is absolutely wild right there. He nearly pulled off some magic right there in the round. Case. So incredibly close, but no luck. What a lifeline that would have been as well. Look at this. Honda immediately goes for an investment. Timeouts are called as well. But I feel like this is Case hands being forced at the moment. RCF dropping an A1S to his teammate because he has no armor to be brought to the table here. This is a desperation play from them.
You can only do desperation right now, though. I mean, in normal 13-7 circumstances, you'd like to just say stay calm, stay put, and buy when you're supposed to. But no, right now, you are facing everything. This is map 3. There is no chance to respond if you lose this. And with it all going against you, it kind of feels like you're forced to make a move like this. 2 M4s. I think there's another one on the ground. No, that's the op. That's the big boy. Oh, boy.
Yeah, this is a position you just never want to be in, right? With your hands forced, but this is the reality that Case have to reckon with. This is a position that they're in here. Qualification on the line here. They need to close this round out. Again, they're going to try their luck early A aggression. A dink landed from the CZ, but oh, Steel, man. Maybe thought it was more free than it was, but that's a free B given to David.
And they're already ready to put this game to a quick end. Sprinting out into A, finding an opener, even double time. Honda's overextensions punished. Not the time to be making those moves. Case very close to being shut down. There's still the op and the M4 in play, but in a second here, they might honestly just consider saving it. Yeah, with this Deagle now falling, RCF, you would be a madman to come back in.
Smoked out as well. This round's locked in. 2 rifles to be held on to here for Case, but 14 locked in for 9Z. That's got to be such a good feeling here. Inches away from qualifying again. And that round, so huge to get them there. They're on the hunt as well. They don't have money for this, I don't think. They got to be careful with how much they commit to this. Yeps. Gonna collect David. That's good. That's just good enough to deter them from continuing the hunt there.
Right. I mean, I'm with you. Like, at some point, you do have to just stop going for these hunts. Yeah, sure, you really don't want them having these weapons, because if you were to take them away, that would probably be the death blow. That would probably be you qualifying for the RMR in that self, but especially when RCF has still got it, like, yeah, sure, he's not been, you know, yelling this game. He's not been saying that there's a chance this whole time, but he's one of the players who's been carrying his own weight. And maybe with the pressure on him, he could show up. If there's anybody you want to give the chance to, it's probably him. Because Leo's slowed down, and alongside that, Yeps has stepped up. So these are probably the 2 players you'd want with weapons right now.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. When the pressure's on RCF's shoulders, he definitely rises to the occasion here. So you're exactly right with that point. This is probably the most pressure, though. He's been in quite some time. RCF going to be tested and dropped early. That's such a big pick right there. Can they get that gun back, though? That's the question. It's looking like they're looking to deny that. HG's going to toss it back a little bit. I don't know. Is that even retrievable for Leo? He's able to grab it, though, just in time. Holding on to that.
That's big. They're going to be going into B. He's at the right spot to try to contest this, but if David shuts down this window lurk, then it's going to be... all hell is just going to break loose. Everybody's going to have their attention turned to every single direction. Sure, you've got a ramp control, but see this. They've already been forced off of B. This is exactly what 9Z want, but they put their foot on the brake. They wait. They don't go out yet.
It's fine. It could be a bit dicey, though, here. I mean, look at this. Walking in towards the safe side here. It's very committed his case towards it as well. They have a player deep in towards A ramp. This is definitely a round that can spiral out of control if you're not careful.
They are second guessing. This is going to get worrisome if they come walking into A. Up connector is pretty much the only way to lose this round. It almost feels like Case are going for a gamble stack right now. We lose, then I guess we just play for overtime, but if not, who knows? It might not be a reality you face because Leo's just given up the op. That peek into connector is so devastating still. A crossfire setup at both sides of the site. But it's still going to be difficult to play amongst one another when this bomb goes down. Not a lot of counter utility to be thrown out, but it seems like they're weary of the possibility somebody in ramp. And there goes Steel. All up to Yeps. Does he want to go for it? Does he want to try to save? What does he do? So many thoughts running through this young man's mind, but it doesn't seem like he's got the right one. Finally takes down NQZ. That's the op gone, and it's going to force the players to come back into the site. Maybe another chance at a frag given, but on 2 HP, he's got the spam.
Eventually, the shots rattling off just enough to connect right there. That's got to be a serious point for 9Z and a convincing map 3 as well for them if they can close out here and now. Because again, they were walking into the trap right there, but the way that 9Z keep their composure is absolutely stunning. Not a fear in the world. They walk into that 3-man stack looking like it was an easy round, and that's definitely not the case for most teams. 9Z hungry to try and qualify in the second one. They've got... It doesn't bode the end of the road at all for Case. I want to make sure that's clear, right? There's still one more qualifier after this, but still, they want to get it done early, and that's what 9Z could just give themselves here with one more round. That's all that's required.
And they're not even overthinking it. They're just pulling the pin on a full-on A execute. Pretty basic stuff with all 5 members getting ready to come out. No con control or mid control needed. They're confident in just forcing Case to have to play this retake, but there's a gap in this CT smoke. David not exploited on it just yet, but he is going to flash himself through. And with Honda sitting behind the ticket boxes, the fact that he almost found a kill there is criminal. But they've been able to hold themselves onto another gun. 4 on 4. It's not the end of days yet, but it's getting pretty close. A smoke not blocking them for long. Honda stepped up with a double. Still a man in firebox to be cleared out. RCF, does he find the kill? The answer is no, or rather he does. It's a 1-for-1 trade. And both players flashed up, split apart. No, that's NQZ and his op. Still sat on the Tetris box, is finding himself a third and almost single-handedly winning the game. But DRK, with no kit and not a lot of time, has to find this frag, but it's already done. It doesn't matter if he found the kill. There's not enough time for the defuse. And 9Z qualify for the RMR.
How exciting for them as well. Getting their chance to run it back here. 9Z closing that one out in incredible fashion right there. 16-7 to end off the series as well. I mean, again, I feel like Case, out the gates of Inferno, definitely proved to be a team not to be reckoned with, right? And 9Z learned that lesson the hard way. And Nuke, they brought the energy there early on in that T half that gave them a lot of comfort. And then closing things out, man, it just looked like